Hello everybody, ToastBomb here today, bringing you some secret hidden weapons in Halo 4. Now, I am not the hacker master behind this, but Tabanstick on YouTube is, so a link to his YouTube channel will be down in the description. Alright, so the first hidden weapon we got here is an old school Reach style, or maybe even an exact copy of the Reach DMR. Now, chances are this is just a copy and paste of the DMR from Reach into Halo 4 just to use as a placeholder while they wait for the final model to be made. So this wasn't some other weapon that they were going to use. It wasn't going to be anything different. Chances are it was just a placeholder until they got the final thing. Then there's something a little bit more interesting, something he calls the Stasis rifle. Now, this thing is so early in production that it just has a model on the ground. There's no first-person model, no animation, just a really basic crosshair. So you can see this was very early on development, and it didn't make it very far in the production cycle. But it is pretty interesting. It shoots this beam that once it hits the ground, it shoots this big bubble. And it's not like a bubble shield type bubble that's going to block shots, or at least it doesn't appear to be, but it slows you down when you're inside it. So that's kind of interesting, although I can see why it didn't make it very far. Thing seems kind of ridiculous. You can shoot out a lot of them. Obviously that can be balanced, but really if this was actually in the game, all I could see this really doing is just slowing down combat, and I don't think it would really add much to the actual combat. It also seems like this could maybe be an early idea of what they ended up doing with the pulse grenade, where it's kind of this area of denial sort of weapon, and it could have been them exploring some of those ideas really early on with this Stasis rifle. And then we got a very early version of the binary rifle. Now, it looks fairly similar to what the thing actually turned out being, but clearly it's just kind of a placeholder, them experimenting with the look of it and stuff like that. It still shoots regular sniper bullets, and still has the same animation as the human sniper rifle where he's putting the clip in, even though there really is no clip there. So, this is just an early thing, not really a hidden weapon, but pretty cool nonetheless. And then we have this thing called the Bishop Beam. Now, this was an early experiment for the Promethean secondary weapon. Obviously, they ended up going with the bolt shot, but this thing is pretty interesting. It's basically like a focus rifle from Halo Reach. You know, that crazy, weird Covenant sniper thing that was like phased out of multiplayer. No one ever used it, and it was kind of not that fun to use. Yeah, that thing. It seems kind of like that and a Sentinel beam. It has like pretty short bursts that you can shoot it for, and seems pretty powerful. So because it's a secondary weapon, or at least appears to be a secondary weapon, I assume it probably wouldn't be that powerful and would most likely just be used for taking down shields, similar to what you do with the plasma pistol. Just take down the shields, switch to your primary, and pop the guy in the head. Now, in my honest personal opinion, I'm kind of glad this isn't in the game. I never found the Sentinel beam to be that much fun to shoot, or the focus rifle from Reach. It's just really weird. It doesn't feel right, and while it is kind of hilarious to shoot somebody with a Sentinel beam, it's just never that satisfying with one of those weapons that's like a beam thing. Although, you know, on second thought, maybe I would prefer it over the bolt shot, because friggin' the bolt shot is really annoying, and I hope they fix it. And then lastly, we got this crazy LMG that shoots rockets. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, I assume since we already have like multiple versions of a rocket launcher, having a rocket launcher that goes into third person doesn't really seem that interesting. So I'm guessing this is probably, was planned to kind of work out more like a missile pod thing from Halo 3, where you're probably not going to use this thing to get kills, because it kind of sucks to get kills, but it's very effective on vehicles, and freaking heat seeks on them like crazy. If you aim it right, they can go into orbit, and that's pretty awesome. But, yeah, I'm assuming it would be that, because having like a fourth rocket launcher that kind of just acts the same but puts you into third person doesn't really make sense. Anyways, that'll be it for this video. If you liked the video, you can leave a like or a comment, or you can subscribe because I post new Halo videos every day. Anyways, thank you for watching. See you tomorrow, and tell me, do you want them to like add these things in? Now, I don't think they actually would, because there's a reason that they're not in the game, and that is because they were cut because they didn't think that they were, you know, going to work in the weapon sandbox and everything. But if they were, what weapon would you like to see in, and why? I would like to know that if you want to tell me that information. Anyways, that'll be it for this one. See you tomorrow. Bye.